Hello, I'm Lon Porter from the Chemistry Department, and today we're going to talk about digital pen tablets. Digital pen tablets are really amazing devices that can replace the typical regular mouse peripheral that you have on your PC or desktop or laptop, and gives it the functionality almost akin to like an iPad or a fancy tablet. And what it can let you do is freehand draw sketches, problem solving, figures, all kinds of things that you can add to your notes, to your handouts for classes. It can be used for live streaming, problem solving sessions, or producing screen captured videos that you can share with your students to help their learning, especially as we have to deal with more online type virtual interactions as opposed to in-person learning. So I hope this is useful. I'll dive right in now and we can show some of the functionality of why this might be a useful tool for your teaching. You might ask, I already have a mouse, so what's the point of this thing? Well, I would argue that you can take some of the functionality you have with an iPad or another type of tablet computer and marry that with your desktop machine. And desktop machines typically have a lot of power, so if you're planning on making videos or streaming, I find it to be a wonderful way to get the best of both worlds. And so what you're going to look at is you've got this digital tablet and it's paired with a stylus. And the stylus is just a very simple, pen device that you can then pair with this pressure sensitive, very high resolution tablet, and you can do things like record handwriting, you can make freehand sketches, you can annotate, you can add feedback, revisions to graded papers, all kinds of things like that. And so the neat thing about this, at least in my opinion, is the resolution. It can capture things very precisely. It's really important when you're trying to do things like write out equations or problem solve and capture freehand strokes and other types of sketching. I really can't capture that with the mouse. And now, a mouse is great for things like clicking around opening apps, but if you really want to start diving into inking in programs like Word or other programs like that, or giving student feedback, comments directly on papers, you're going to really want something with this precision. And so what I want to do next is just kind of dive in and show you some examples of how you can pair this device with programs that you probably use all the time to get results that can really enhance both feedback and then perhaps some of the ways you teach and interact with your students. Alright, so once you get your tablet, it's really simple to set it up. All you gotta do, get it, break it out of the box, attach one end of the cord to the tablet, the other end of the cord is going to be USB compatible, plugs right into an open USB port on your machine, and you're off to the races. Right off the bat, you're going to get plug and play functionality, and you'll notice very quickly that you got to be careful because the tablet's really sensitive. Remember, it's very precise, like I said before. So if you touch it, you can actually move the mouse as if it were a trackpad, like on a laptop. So if you're going to touch your tablet, it can be really annoying because you may realize that, wait a minute, nothing's responding. Well, it's because you got your hand on the tablet, and that can be really frustrating when you first start out. So don't touch the tablet with your pen or your hand when you first get started out, because remember, you've also got your mouse. And if you try to use your tablet and the mouse at the same time, they're going to fight each other. So be careful about that. A lot of people actually pretty much throw away their mouse once they get a tablet, and you can use the tablet with the, right now what I'm doing is I'm controlling my mouse cursor here by moving the stylus around on the tablet, and so that can become in a way your new mouse. And so here you can see in Word I'm using this to highlight some text or to move things around and point and click like you would a mouse, right? So no big surprise there. And so sometimes that is a big hurdle for people, kind of getting used to the fact that the stylus on your tablet will in fact fight with your mouse if you have both going at the same time. So be careful with that. I find personally that I like to use my stylus and my digital tablet for inking applications like drawing sketches or solving problems, and I use my mouse when I'm doing things like opening programs. I typically don't have them hooked up at the same time because, again, they can conflict with each other. The second thing you're going to do is once you plug it into your computer, you're going to need to go to the website of the manufacturer of your tablet, because the plug and play functionality is nice, but I promise you're not going to get the full power of your device until you go and download the drivers and the software from the manufacturer, and you want the most updated version because it's really important. So I've gone ahead and loaded mine, and you can see here's kind of what the Wacom is the company that makes my tablet. It's an Intuos. I love it. Can't say enough good things about it. And the IntuOS tablet, beyond just being a high precision tablet, is it has buttons on it that you can assign to various functionality. If you use certain features or certain functions over and over again very frequently, you can address them or assign them to these buttons on the tablet for easy access. The same thing goes with your stylus. The stylus has a couple buttons on it as well, so it's really fun to be able to trick this out. Now, for the time of this video, since it's such a short video, I'm not going to go into all of that. But again, the key take home here is you got to download the driver from the website to get the most functionality of your device, or else you're just kind of losing a lot of potential of that money that you spend on that device. And here you can see different applications like Photoshop and Paint Shop and various different packages of software can have different functionalities that you can map onto this. You can also change the pressure and the way the stylus responds to its interaction to the tablet. That's really important. You can map how you want the surface area of your tablet to address or map onto what screen or screens that you're using. So here you can see I actually have a dual monitor setup, but I've mapped my stylus and my digital tablet to only one part of the screen, and so that allows me to use my other screen as kind of a bullpen, like in baseball, right? I can keep programs in reserve and then bring them onto the area where I wish to use my stylus and my digital tablet. There are a lot of more features here. You can address, just like a mouse, you can address features like how fast the rastering is of your stylus across your tablet. You can assign gestures to map onto other functions and to open different programs or other things that you like to control, and all kinds of ways you can trick this out once you get more experienced. But at the very beginning, kind of keep it simple and just kind of warm up to different things as you get started. So what I want to do now is show you a very simple application. I'm just going to go ahead and move this out of the way, and I'm going to show you how do you get this started in Office, because that's the most common request I get from people is how do you solve problems with your own handwriting for your students in Word, because if you can capture Word or share Word documents, that's really useful, and email responses to students who are asking you to solve problems, or if you have a student paper in Word, you can annotate and mark up that paper digitally just like you would with, say, a collection of colored pens. It's a lot of fun and very, very easy. So all you got to do here is you go into Word, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this down so you can see the functional menus up here up top. And all you're going to do is you're going to scroll over to Review, and you're going to want to begin inking, which is this function here. So you can go to Inking, and then look at this. You get this whole suite of pen tools that are now available to you because you have this stylus and this digital tablet combination. You can do things like, right off the bat, I can go ahead and turn my pen on, and now I can begin to write. And you can see this is really like a Crayola marker, right? It's super thick. You can see the response is really quick. I can write my name right here. I can write all kinds of things like this. But even for my goofy handwriting here, this is too fat, so I don't like that. It doesn't give me the precision that I was bragging about before. So I can go here to thickness, and I can bring it down, right? So I can begin to customize how I wish to ink, and I can begin to get smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to the point where you're beginning to trick out and use the full potential of that precision tablet that I was talking about before. And so you can see you can get all kinds. You can turn on highlighters, right, if you wanted to highlight work, and then you have some of these pre-programmed ones here where you could circle spelling errors, and write that for student annotations on work, all kinds of things there. And then let's say you made a mess, you can go over here and turn on a highlighter, right? And now this becomes an eraser. And you can get rid of some of this junk that you didn't want to be there in case you make a mistake, right? And then you can keep moving along. And so the nice thing about Office is that many of the Office programs share this functionality, and so it's very, very useful in terms of thinking about how you're going to want to utilize the power of the fact that now you can write pretty much natively within the Office format. And I really find great power in that. And once you kind of realize what you can do, you can apply it to whatever your specific class or discipline finds most useful. The other thing I find really useful about this whole setup is that with Word and PowerPoint and things like that, you can generate just a blank page, right? And so if you have a blank page, you can sit there and say, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and, I can write some, formulas. I could draw some structures, right? I can sit there and, draw things out like this, and it's really, really simple. And even if you wanted to do some arithmetic, right, you could sit there and you can just do whatever you need to do, right? You can sketch, you can annotate, you can do whatever you need. And I find this really useful because if I can do it in Office, I can stream it through Canvas or Zoom. I can record it through what I'm doing right now with a screen capture program, put it on YouTube. The possibilities are endless. It's really limited only by your imagination and how you wish to deploy it. I've gotten great feedback from students who think this is just great. I use Discord a lot in my classes, so I can stream this on Discord, and I can do real-time help sessions with students, essentially virtual office hours. I find that to be really useful, especially since I'm around the evenings, and so students like to work in the evenings, and I can chat with them and fix these, or address their questions and fix errors that they're going to have while they're working on the projects or working on the problems, as opposed to having to go through the whole grading feedback cycle and reinforce the corrections 2 or 3 days after the fact. So this video has already gone a little bit long. I apologize. Again, I'm Lon Porter from the chemistry department, and I'm talking about digital pen tablets. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, or stop by sometime and we can sit on one of the cool benches that Derek made and have a chat about this kind of stuff. Or, like I said, I'd be happy to stream over Zoom and show you this. And if you're really interested, I do have one of my old tablets, my old bamboo tablet, and I'd be happy maybe to loan that to someone if you want to take a test drive before you commit to spending the resources to get your own. So again, I hope this has been useful, and hang in there this semester, be safe, take care of each other, and let's make it a good fall. Talk to you later. Goodbye.